Sean, can you hear us? Hey, Sean. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Hey, Sean. We're good. Sean just doesn't want to answer. Just accept them. Yes. Will do. Go ahead. How are you, man? Fine. How about you? Sure. Just walk around. Yeah. Hey, Marcy, can you hear us? She's
Oh,
on.
that's scary. I'm
Marcy,
here. Scary. Hey. I can hear you.
okay. Just reading that. Turn the volume up on my computer. Thanks, man.
Yep. It's up all the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I said, could be here tonight, right? I wish. We're supposed to be done Friday morning. I told you that the other day. I didn't remember what exactly it was gonna be, when we're gonna get it. To say that they're working hard enough on it, they called me at, the one time at 8:30 Saturday night with questions. And then they called me at 6:30 our time this morning with questions.
I don't think it's a matter of they're working hard enough, it's a matter of they should.
Well. We got going on. Can I keep this phone after I get them reading? Keep that on. You're back. Reading okay? Sure. Paper. Come on. Well, I'll bet you're here there. You got it. You got it. Let's see. Take it off. Here. Oh. Stop. Crazy, huh? Oh. We'll make it work. Here. Got it. Got it. Here. Sure. You'll leave them on. You'll leave them on. You want to close that door so you don't hear the traffic on Howard?
It'll be 9.7. Thank you.
Yeah, Mark, you welcome.
This person calls. Looking for the minutes? So you just put the other part of the push on. Oh. Yep. Yeah. And then. There we go. Okay, we live yet? Yep, we should be live and rolling. Okay. Let's call the meeting 7:00. There was one amendment to the agenda under new business 9.7 concerning COVID. Is there anything else that needs to be amended to the agenda?
I have nothing, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Seconded?
Aye.
All right. Okay.
Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, because I could hear everything up until like a second ago, and now you guys are like faint, and I cannot hear.
Let's.
Well, I could hear everything up until a second ago.
How's that now? Can you hear us now?
Barely.
How about now? Is that any better?
Oh, yep. Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, we have presented here the minutes of the district meeting and the district of the closed session meeting. Have we all had a chance to look those over?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Seconded?
I'll second it.
Aye. Okay. Financial report of the previous month financial report.
Yes, sir. As of December 31st, 2020, in the assets in the checking account, in the general fund at Bank Star, we have $483,191.74. In the capital reserve at Bank Star, $519,740.87. In the health reimbursement at Bank Star, $2,007.82. So total assets of $1,012,940.43. Liabilities and equity, current liabilities, $397,970.34 from the next fiscal year, I'm assuming.
Yes, that is deferred revenue, early tax money for this year.
And then the total income expense for period, income $39,988.15 with expenses of $132,990.35.
Is there any discussion on the financial report? If not, I make a motion to approve it as read. Marcy?
Do I second it? Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 21-1, to pay the bills outlined in the check registry. I make a motion that we pass the ordinance and pay the bills.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fire marshal's report.
Sure. For the month of December, there were no building permits issued, no fees charged, and no fees collected. If you look on the, I also included a comprehensive year-end report. There were 7 building permits issued. Fees charged were in the amount of $3,932. Fees collected were $5,354. That was for building permits. And then there were 3 firework permits issued for $6,700. Fees collected in the same amount, $6,700. Total for 2020 for the fire marshal's office was $12,054.
Thank you very much.
You want me to go over the loss?
Sure, you can if you want.
Yeah, we've got, I've attached as well to the 2020 fire incident loss and casualty report. Excuse me. Pre-incident values for all of our houses, vehicles, anything else that could have potentially caught fire or did catch fire last year was $1,990,700. Total property loss, which would be the actual building itself, $373,750. Total contents loss, $20,000. Total fire loss for 2020 was $393,750. Out of that amount saved, though, which is a good number, was $1,596,950. I'm happy to report there were no firefighter line of duty injuries or deaths for the Hillsborough Fire Protection District in 2020, and unfortunately, we did have 1 civilian fire death in 2020 from the gentleman that was burned out off of Amy Park Road back in April.
Yeah. Fire chief's report.
Okay. For the month of December 2020, we ran 86 alarms. I've also included on there the year-end report for everything. For the year of 2020, we ran 1,022 calls, slight increase over the previous year, which in 2019 we did 1,014 calls, I believe. If I'm correct off the top of my head. So slight increase. I still contend had we had no lockdown in April like we had, we would have crossed the 1,050 mark per call. So busy year. And again, thank you guys out there for everything you guys did throughout the year for sure. For sure. All right, your written report? Yeah. So we talked about all the calls. We are working and actively in the process of developing a comprehensive year-end report. So we're hoping that that will be done within the next month, probably no later than March, depending on how crazy it is with hiring these 6 individuals coming up. So we're still working through some major issues with the new CAD system at Jefferson County 911. I sat in a meeting all morning up there today. We actually met with Logisys, who is the CAD vendor. I'm kind of hopeful that we made a little bit of progress. I think a lot of the problems with the CAD system might have been semantics between how we talk and what we mean and how they view something. For example, turn-by-turn nav, our new CAD system will give you turn-by-turn directions, but it's a printout, so you got to read it. Everybody wants turn-by-turn navigation to where it's on the screen and routes you to that call. So I don't think Logisys understood that, and it's just a little different with how they say stuff from their neck of the woods, for lack of a better term. So we're working through some of those issues, and hopefully we'll see some resolve moving forward with all of that. So I'll let Jason touch real fast if you want to on the pumper and where we stand with that.
Sure. I sent you guys all the pictures. Chief's seen some of them. They promised the truck would be done as of Friday morning. The last I talked to him, it might very well be tomorrow. So this will be up to the salesman when he can bring it back down here. So because he's driving it, that's part of the contract that he's delivering it, not us going to get it. In case there's any issues, it's on them, not us.
And how long will it take before it can service? Okay. Depends on how quick we can get everybody there necessary. Everybody's gonna have to get 5 hours of drive time on it and then an hour of pump time on it. So once they start knocking that out, obviously the paid crews will be done a lot quicker than some of the volunteers will due to their time constraints. But we'll everybody's anxious for it, and I'm sure they'll get it kicked out pretty fast. No major COVID issues until last night. I got a phone call that we had another firefighter that was exposed, actually two. One firefighter took a fairly lengthy exposure to them. They were on a house fire together. It's a firefighter from a neighboring agency. So we've got him notified. He knows to self-monitor, keep an eye on himself. He will be back to work his next shift, but he's told to wear a mask when he's back on duty. So that's right in line with CDC guidelines. So when he can't socially distance, he's going to have to wear a mask. We just can't continue on with all these quarantines for some of this stuff. So we'll keep an eye on him, and if there's any issues, we'll obviously be able to send him home. So next item, we completed the annual audit. That's under new business, so we can talk about that then. But that was quite an experience last week trying to do a socially distanced audit. Let me tell you. So hiring process has been completed. Thank you to everybody who helped assist with that. We'll talk about that in closed session and make those recommendations. We were reimbursed $5,853.62 for our second CARES Fund reimbursement. I kind of talked about how I put in a third one as well too. Haven't heard anything on that, so I don't know what the county's going to do with that. I put that in on December the 8th, and here we are, January 13th, so they just may not be doing anything with it. We'll see. We're still working on getting the old truck up on the market. We kind of took a little break from that. There was a chance that a neighboring agency might have needed that truck due to an accident that they were in. So we're going to start, and they're not going to need that now. So we're going to start working again on getting that thing moving forward and getting that thing sold. So Obviously, under new business as well too is the tax increase, and we need to decide on, what we're gonna do with that. No major problems to report with the fleet at this time. February, will be the month that we do our major, annual PMs on all the trucks, so that's coming up here real soon. Happy to say, even with, quarantines and COVID and all that, our members completed, 3,252 hours of, training, so pretty awesome, great job, guys, for sure. So, again, we talked about car seat installation. Stephanie's doing a great job with that, and the health department working on that. Continuing on with CPR and still handing out PPE kits for whoever needs them. And under the COVID stuff, unless you guys have any questions under that, I kind of covered it all. That's all I got under the
Communications.
We got some communications back from our attorney. We posed a question about mandated vaccines and what that looks like for first responders. Basically, the email says you can be sued if you mandate them, and for mandating them, then you could be sued for not mandating them by providing an unsafe work environment for the employees. So, yeah, welcome.
Good luck making that.
Yeah, so I'm obviously at this point in time, I'm not in favor of mandating it for our employees at this point in time. I say at this point in time, should regulatory issues come down the pike to where if you're going to function as an EMT in the state of Missouri or run an EMS call in the state of Missouri, you got to have a vaccination, we're going to have to reconsider this at that time. So, but you good with it? Okay. You guys good with that?
I'm good, yeah. Okay. The pre-design project update.
Yeah, we're getting a meeting set up finally, hopefully within the next couple of weeks to get that finally wrapped up. So, again,
COVID, yeah.
COVID.
Under new business, light duty policy.
Our new workers' comp carrier, if you remember, we switched to 7710. Part of doing that is they want us to develop a light duty policy for an employee who has been injured on the job, and we can get them back to work as soon as they're cleared for light duty. Obviously, that saves buku bucks by workers' comp not having to pay them out. We'll start having to pay that employee, obviously, because they're back on light duty. However, long term, it'll be a lot cheaper for the life of the insurance policy. So I won't lie, I stole a lot of this policy from another fire district that has already had it reviewed by an attorney.
There you go.
So, sorry, Bianca, if you're listening. I did include the option in there as well too for pregnancy as well too for an employee. I want to ensure that our females have that ability, and when that time comes, we can cross that bridge when we get here. You guys read over that? If you have any
I did look
questions,
at it.
see anything, or-
I didn't see anything to cause alarm.
Okay.
You wanna go ahead and make a motion to adopt that?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion made.
All in favor? Yep.
Thank you.
The final amended budget.
Yeah, pleased to present the final amended budget to you guys. We were able this year to transfer from the general fund over to the reserve funds and the equipment fund and building and land fund, approximately $96,000 and some change, which is awesome. As we'll discuss in the audit, our fund balance overall, because we did spend some money out of the equipment fund to buy the boats and the UTVs, only decreased by $25,000 and some change, where it was projected to decrease by $144,000. So pretty awesome and pretty amazing. And again, this is a testament to these guys out here for not breaking stuff and spending taxpayers' money wisely. So, but yeah, this is one of the final parts of the audit, is approving the final amended budget from last year. Final numbers are in here, and it's ready to rock and roll.
And I did look at it. Did you-
I did also, and I'll make a motion that we put this in the budget.
And I'll second that.
Perfect. I might have put it out of order in your board packet. I apologize if I did. What do you got next on the agenda? The draft audit, right?
The final amended budget draft audit report.
Okay, I've got it out of order on mine. Okay, 2021, the 2021 budget has been amended to reflect the beginning fund balances, and that's it. There was no other changes other than the fund balances to that. So that will be our final amended, or our final adopted budget for 2021 moving forward.
Moving forward. All right. Let's see, the draft audit report.
Can I put that in a motion form so we got the motion to
Yes,
adopt it?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we completed the audit last week. It was a mess. Trying, not the audit, but trying to do a socially distant audit. I had 3 trips up to the accountants in Crestwood and some late hours, but we ended up getting it done. Attached is the management report. The only thing that they found was segregation of duties, which they find every audit. And it just says, due to the size of the district, it is not feasible to have adequate segregation of duties over the reporting of revenues, expenditures, and payroll. And there is no fix to that for an organization our size. So pretty good on the management side of things. The draft audit, you will kind of notice, obviously it states that our fund balance, our cash balance decreased by 25,000, but then I'd have to find it in here. Our net position increased by $117,000, which that net position shows the financial health of the district. So yes, we spent some money, but we also added a bunch of capital assets to the list. So that got moved forward and good well. Any questions on the draft audit?
I'm good.
All right. The new hire physicals.
Can I put that in the motion form?
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, what do you got? Just.
We had reached out a while back to SSM about handling some of our new hire physicals. They have some very good firefighting specific physicals for new hires that I'd like to use. Basically, we've been using Mercy, and they put you through like a DOT type of a physical, which is just, it's not very appropriate for what we do. So for the new hires, this will include a medical history and physical examination. They'll draw their labs and do a lab analysis, a hearing test, a vision test, pulmonary function test, and an EKG on them. They'll get a stress test done and a 9-panel urine drug screen done as well too. That's $590 per candidate. And then once they're done with that, we'll send them to get their work steps, which is their fit for duty test, done as well too. And then we'll run the background checks at the firehouse for good hire. So that will cover the whole process right there. I think it's a very reasonable price.
That's what I was thinking. I thought.
For all of that they're getting, and the new hires, whoever we hire, they're going to get a good physical baseline moving forward. And I would love to get to the point, I don't know how we're going to do it. We'll take a tax increase to probably do it to where we get all of our firefighters a physical on a yearly basis. So that's, we've talked a lot about that, me and Jason have. It's just, you're talking a lot of money to do the whole department. So we're not quite there yet, but we're going to see what we can do to work towards that, maybe via some grant funds and stuff like that. So I want to make sure you guys are okay with that.
Tax increase.
It's decision time, guys. I put the tax increase plan out for you guys to review. We're kind of in the same boat where we were now, or where we were this time last year, except we've got 6 people now that we need to ensure they have a permanent job moving forward. I know times are strange to say the least here in society right now, but I just wanted some open discussion to see what you all thought about moving forward and getting that tax increase on the ballot in April.
My opinion is, let's do it.
Okay?
I mean, I'll agree with Gary on that one. The only thing that scares me a little bit is the COVID thing, how that's gonna affect election results. But no, I mean, I think there's a need, and, you know, as long as we solve everybody on the additional firehouse in Maine, I think that would do well.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, we're gonna have an election.
Yeah.
Let's have an election. Let's put it on there. And
Marcy, do you have anything to add?
No, I agree. I think it should go on there. I like that.
Right. So we all in favor?
I'm in favor. Can can we ask them what their thoughts would be?
Yeah.
I mean, since they're gonna be the ones pushing for it, and then absolutely. So, what do you think, Charlie?
I think we need it, so, and we're dire need right now.
What do you think, Chris?
If they would go for it, my only concern is, a lot of people that have lost their jobs or that are out of work, are gonna want, due to COVID, of course. But I still think we tried hard. I mean, what's the worst that could happen if we get it turned down again, just,
Mhm.
And I'm gonna ask you this, Chris. Looking at, this is a monthly smart by any means, but looking at our sales tax numbers and everybody I talk to, I don't know if there's many people out of work.
I honestly don't either.
I really don't.
I honestly don't either, Chief, but I'm just going off of what, you know, the basic consensus of what, like, these citizens, what everybody kind of thinks, you know, with these numbers. And I mean, I listen to KMOX on their way into work in the mornings and stuff like that, and all you hear about is how unemployment rates are up, you know, and how this, you know. So I mean, I don't necessarily think that, I can honestly tell you, I don't know very many people that have lost their job or that are out of work personally. I don't know anybody that's lost their job over the whole thing, but
I'm sure they're out there. No
I'm
one's
sure,
wrong.
yeah, and I agree with that, but like I said, by all means, I say I'm all for it. I just think we might get a little bit of kickback again, you know, with it, but
And we're all gonna have to.
nothing ventured, nothing gained, in my opinion.
What I don't wanna do though is put it on the ballot, and then it moves again, and then we do it 2 or 3 more times after that.
For everybody.
What was it, Lawrence that was on the news the other day, so that had the same problem where they've lost the tax issues a couple times in those entire houses. I don't want that, but.
Well, I don't think we'll get to that. It's not like
Pulling up the current numbers,
road.
the state of Missouri sits at 4.40% unemployment. Jefferson County sits at 2.5. So there's not many people out of work in Jefferson County.
And hopefully things improve by April.
Yeah, right. Or they go the other way, who knows?
Yeah. Never know. Yeah, else have any thoughts, or everybody so quiet?
Just to ensure the new candidates, too. Right. I think that'd be good. I mean, if we get it, you know, they know. that,
Yeah, we wanna keep them if we
Yeah,
can.
we're gonna keep it.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So,
That's got the
resolution, yeah,
motion.
yeah. Do we have a motion to place this on the tax increase for April?
I'll make that motion.
I'll just let you do it.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 It didn't fail by much, though.
22
No.
votes,
Yeah, it was
or 23 votes, I'm sorry. And I did put out a letter telling people basically don't vote for it, so.
Did it? Yeah, I mean, it was the part.
It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Campaign against their own product.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
the amendment that we put on here, 9.7, due to COVID.
We need to make a determination on how we want to handle full-timers and sick time with COVID. We haven't had any problems with it yet, but I want to ward it off before we do it. at some point, things have to get kind of back to normal at some point in time. And we're trying to tell these guys to stay home if they're sick, which is what we still want them to do. However, at some point, we gotta start using sick days again. And I'm not 100% sure what that point is. Obviously, if somebody has COVID, I think we extend the coverage and don't charge them sick days for that. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you want me to do with that moving forward? 'Cause we gotta keep it fair across the board, and we also need to ensure that these new people that start know that if they do get COVID, they're not gonna lose, 10 days worth of pay. But this really stems from another district that neighbors us and borders us, that has an employee that every time he gets the sniffles, wants to go get tested. And when he gets tested, what's that do? That puts him out for 3 or 4 days waiting on test results, giving them some extra days off. So I don't think we have anybody here that would do that at all. Sorry, you new 6 people, I don't have a clue about y'all yet. So we just need to make sure that what we need to do moving forward and make sure that it's the right thing. And I don't know if I can answer that.
I don't want to penalize somebody if they actually do have the COVID.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what the right answer is, because that's not in my office, and I really haven't adjusted, so just hoping it doesn't happen.
Right. It's probably gonna happen at some point in time. One of us is gonna get COVID. I mean, we've had volunteers that have had COVID, so paid staff has been very, very lucky so far. But I understand the sick days that we've been giving out, that we haven't charged them for overtime for our sick days, $600-700. So at some point, there's gotta be that give and take.
What has that district done, the Sniffleback district?
So basically, if you have COVID, you're not being charged sick days. If you don't have COVID, you're getting charged your sick days.
That's what I was thinking. That was what was going on. If they go get tested, they don't have it, and they don't want to come, then they pay with their sick time. But they got COVID, okay.
I'll throw that back. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
What do you think, guys? Mitch?
Sounds good to me.
We have had 0 problems with it here. And nobody.
What about the rapid testing center? Yeah, okay, all right.
The health department is supposedly holding 2 spots a day for testing for first responders. But we ran into an issue with holiday. There's nobody there. Then we've run into issues with rapid tests not being available or gone or done for the day. So I would love to see us do rapid testing kit of some sort that we have on staff so we can nip this on the bud right away, but I don't know how much that costs or if that's even possible at this point in time. I do have a lead. It sounds fun. There's a chiropractor over at Cedar Hill that is doing rapid COVID tests for $100. So he's got some goofy hours, but you call him, you come right over and get a rapid test for $100. So I'm considering the next time we run into a situation like that, send somebody over there that just pays $100 for the test. Then we know. $100 could potentially save us, tons in overtime. But then again, catch-22, you don't want somebody with the flu back there at the firehouse, so I don't have a good answer to any of this right now at this point in time, because this has totally changed. 12 months ago, it was come to work even if you're sick,
Right.
and now it's totally changed the dynamics of everything, so. I say we do that for now, and then we review it again in a month and see some more input from these guys and see what they think. I don't. Tough.
I'm good with that.
Marcy, you got anything to add to that? What are you doing at work?
Well, we fortunately haven't had any issues at work, so we've been pretty blessed there. But my question would be, if they do test positive, how many days are you giving them, like free sick days?
They're 10 days. So they
Okay,
can come.
okay,
No more than that. Because at some point, we can't just give sick days away anymore.
right.
Now, last year, the county was paying for it, so it was no big deal. But
Hmm.
this year, the county's not paying for it.
Do they have to retest before they come back?
No.
Or is it just automatically?
No, 10 days. 10 days.
So what if
December-
so would that be included? Like you're saying some tests are taking 2 or 3 days to get back. Is that included, or they, how is that working?
Yeah, their 10 days would start from when their symptoms start.
Okay.
So it's kind of irregardless of when they get tested,
Oh, I see. Okay.
We'll run with that and see how things go, so. What about you?
Is there anything else to be talked about, discussion at this point? Okay. At this point, we'll go to closed session.
I forgot. Who do we got in here?
That was an easy way to put it, man.
Oh, no.
Donuts or something like
Hey.
that?
Hey, Sean Hall, can you hear me? I got one of Sean's. Hold on a second here.
You ain't kidding, I'm not going in and out in the fall here.
The trucks really good.
I haven't looked at the pictures that close, but I'm sure it does.
I haven't really.
Hey, is that you logged in on the Zoom meeting?
Driver side of the truck, is basically on the officer side, but
Okay,
Maybe by the end of
who's Charles Hall? Was that you or is that?
they're gonna be done by Friday morning.
Okay, I'm gonna have to boot him. Can you get a hold of him?
The only problem is he's in dispatch.
Yeah, you tell him I'm gonna have to boot him due to the fact we're going to close session, so. Okay, thanks. Bye.
That's the issue, I don't know. I can tell you it's a 7 to 7.5 hour drive in Tahoe.
Okay, you still there, Marcy?
So
I am, yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. We're good. Oh, we're not good.